Now to the other big story we are keeping an eye on, and this is the havoc being created by the El Nino rains. Majority of counties in Kenya have experienced extremely heavy flooding, leaving many homeless. Zindzi Kibiku visited the Kenya Metrological Department to find out what more to expect in the coming weeks and months.
These are the scenes that are now becoming a familiar sight in most parts of the country as the heavy rains continue to pound not only Kenya but the entire East African region as well. In northern Kenya, 600 households in Samburu have been displaced by the El Nino rains. Samuel Mwangi, Deputy Director of Forecasting and County Meteorological Services at Kenya Metrological Department, says Kenya is barely out of the woods.
Places like Narok have been hard hit. As late as sometime last week, there were incidences of flooding in Narok. The other areas that are receiving heavy rainfall is many parts in Western Kenya. The rains have been continuous all the way from the beginning of the season in very early October, and these rains have been continuous. So we are already starting to see incidences of flooding in the Kano Plains. From the rainfall that falls normally in the Western Escarpment, these waters, it drains towards the lake, causes quite a lot of flooding in those areas.
Properties washed away, as well as cattle, goats, sheep that they depend upon, have left them in vulnerable conditions. Families have been forced to take shelter at a nearby primary school. The El Nino rains are not only jeopardizing personal property and roads, but are also risking many more to hunger and water-prone diseases such as malaria.
The issue of temperature going up, malaria coming in, and people don't have the natural immunity which otherwise would protect them. Because in malaria endemic areas, people already have the natural immunity. They have suffered malaria over many years, and they have developed some kind of immunity. So they don't suffer so much. In areas where malaria is not endemic, then they tend to suffer so much when malaria comes in.
Even with the anticipated Pope visit to the country this week, the rains are expected to continue to fall. And as Christmas draws closer, the beginning of 2016 will not be spared to the global climate patterns.
The El Nino rains will continue to be with us for the remainder of this month, that's November, going into December. And they are expected even to continue into the early part of 2016. But the intensities will reduce progressively as we get into December, particularly the second half of the month.
Despite popular belief that global warming causes El Nino, it doesn't. It just amplifies it. For example, both ocean and land temperatures have been recorded the highest this year. And it's not just affecting us human beings. The food supply for sea mammals, birds and fishes has also been disrupted by this El Nino. Zindzi Kibiku, KTN News, Nairobi.